Hey witches, how you doing today? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Taya, and today we're doing things a little bit differently. We are still exploring the Witch's Black Lent, and we are in week 5, and we're working with Sloth. So this is the set here that we're working with, Witch's Black Lent, and week 5 is using everything you've crafted so far, create a spell or ritual for your selected sin. So today we are going to create a ritual to invoke Sloth. Now, some of you who maybe haven't been following along all the time are like, why on earth would I want to do this? We have sort of explored this in depth previously, so I'm going to link in the description below the playlist where you can check out the previous 4 videos in this series, especially 1 and 2. If you watch those 2, will give you a really good idea about what's going on with this whole sloth thing and why would I want to invoke it. But I give you kind of 2 quick and dirty reasons. The first one is self-care. It's about taking the time that you need for rest, relaxation, maybe healing, maybe self-reflection, but really it's not about doing anything. It's about rest and relaxation. It's about creating time and space to put ourselves first. Time and space to do nothing. I mean, that is literally sloth, right? We're going to do nothing. So the other reason that you might want to do this a little extra, is it's a little teeny tiny FU to capitalism, to the patriarchy, and even a little bit to Christianity, who are the ones who created and maintain the current systems of oppression. And those systems tell us that in order to be a good person, we need to be diligent, we need to be a hard worker, we need to produce more, lest, horror of all horrors, we be labeled lazy. And that's just not true. So again, go check out those previous videos, especially video 1 and 2, to kind of get the lay of the land on all that. But that's why you might want to participate in this ritual. So, the ritual. So this setup is based on the picture that we created in week 3 of this challenge. So here I am in bed. I'm literally in my pajamas. Right, lots of comfy pillows. I've got my comforter. I've even actually got a heated blanket down in here. So I'm comfy and I'm cozy. We have got Luna here. She is laying on the bed by my feet because I don't have an actual sloth to snuggle with, so I could snuggle with her, or you could have a favorite stuffed animal. You could even have another person with you if you wanted, however you want to set that up. And the other thing in that image was I had a little self-love puppet. So if you have something like that that sort of represents yourself, that you externally care for to internally take care of yourself, bring that with you as well. So that's like this setup. Then, however you do it, from like a seated or a laying position, where you can be seated in bed, you can lay in bed, whatever you want. From there, I would, in whatever way sort of works best for you, cast the circle, lay the cane, throw the compass, whatever works best in your situation, whatever works best with your tradition, okay? But set that sacred space. Now, while you're doing that, you might be burning some of the sloth incense that we created in week 2. So ideally, I would love to have it sitting like right here and having this beautiful, like picture it, right? Like beautiful smoke just billowing up and over as part of this video. But first of all, you can't really be burning charcoal-based incense or like loose incense on a charcoal right beside you in bed. It would probably have to be over on your night table. And the other reason I don't have it burning right now is I am literally in my bedroom. This is my headboard. And my husband hates incense. He's just like, ugh. So out of respect, I'm not actually burning it right now. But that's what I would do. I would burn that incense. If that doesn't work in your bedroom, you could create this cozy little area on a couch, right in a corner of your basement, in your ritual room, whatever, right? Wherever you go, you can even go outside and get into like a cozy little, bring a sleeping bag and just get all, as long as you're cozy and snuggled up. So then I would sort of, as a pre-offering to Sloth, burn a little bit more incense, and maybe I would recite the Sloth poem that we wrote in week 2. Yeah, we made the incense in week 4, and week 2 was when we wrote the Sloth poem. So again, right? Burn a little bit more incense, read the poem about Sloth, and then by whatever means, again, works with you and your tradition and your methods, invoke the spirit of Sloth to be here with you now, right? To actually come in and inhabit your body. It could be as simple as just saying the words, Sloth, I invoke you now, come be with me, inhabit my body, and let me truly experience what it is to be Sloth. Maybe throw a little bit more incense on then. Get the picture, right? So we're invoking Sloth to come down and be with us now, be in us now. And then if you're not at this point, I would probably lay down and be still. So what you're looking for now is to be still and to feel Sloth inhabiting your body. Now you might want to set a timer for this part. You could just sort of let it go on, but what I find, I think for most people, is you won't let it go on long enough. Because to just lie and do nothing just runs contrary to all of our social conditioning. So personally, I would set a timer for at least 15 minutes to just lay still. And what you're doing is you're wanting to sort of feel Sloth inhabiting your body, checking out, where do you feel heavy? Where do you feel light? What are your emotions? What emotions are coming up? Are you feeling relaxed and calm? Are you feeling sadness? Are you feeling anxiety? And where are your thoughts going? Are you thinking about your things you have to do? Are you thinking about, or are you thinking about being in the moment? This is really about mindful meditation. Is really what you're doing. You need to just stay in this moment. Don't let your mind run away, right? And try to be productive. And well, if I have to lay here, I'll start making my to-do list. I'll start making my grocery list. No. You should just lay and do nothing. It's about, mindful meditation, staying in the moment. And really what you're doing is you're laying there and you're literally doing nothing. I think for a lot of people, this might bring up some anxiety. It also might bring up some sadness, which again, you need to sort of explore. And why am I feeling sad? Start asking yourself questions. So eventually though, your timer's going to ding and you want to just come back fully into your mind and your body. And then journal your experiences. Right after you've done that, write it all down. Where was I heavy? Where was I light? What were my emotions? What were my thoughts? How did I find this experience, etc. I have worked a lot with mindful meditation, so I find doing things like this very calming, very centering. I feel calm and steady. There's no anxiety, right? I'm almost like in a suspended reality where nothing matters but this moment right here. It's kind of what you're aiming for eventually. You might have to do this ritual more than once, right? I think when we start with this, it's kind of going to bring up all of those conditioned responses. And we want to work through those and eventually be able to perform this ritual and have it literally be in that suspended reality where you're just like, okay, I'm here. Woo. So journal your experiences. And then personally, right, in most ritual spaces, we'll do some type of a meal. I personally do a sacrificial meal. Might do like cakes and ale, that kind of thing. Whatever works for you in your practice. Personally, I would be serving coffee and biscuits. Or, well, in my case, tea and biscuits, right? But something a little bit caffeinated and some biscuits. Again, just to help, get you up, get you moving again. And make sure you offer some of that now. We had a sort of a pre-offering of incense and a poem. And now this is sort of your post-offering, keeping in mind Sloth is still with you, where you're offering some to Sloth as thank you for helping me with this ritual, for helping, to coming in, embodying me. Then you want to thank and dismiss Sloth, again, however it is that you typically would do that with an invocation. And perhaps if you are at a point now where you're finding that calmness in the ritual, where you're finding that ability to stay in the moment and really have that suspended reality, is you might ask to maintain that feeling, right? Like, thank you, Sloth. I appreciate this. You can, oh, there goes my dog. You can go now, but, please let this feeling of calm, steadiness, and a lack of anxiety, please let that stay with me. And then close your circle, your cane, your compass, however you typically do that. And that's it. That is the ritual around invoking Sloth. I hope some of you give it a try. If you do, let me know what your results are like. I'd be really interested, and especially in what emotions come up while you're trying to sort of stay in that like suspended animation. You're trying to just stay in that 15 minutes of literally doing nothing. I'd be really curious how that works out for everybody. Otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out. Drop us a comment, and that's our video for today. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much.